Hi, and welcome to the SoCal Yearbook Gal education series aimed to inspire, support, encourage, and make your life easier. This week, we're talking about 10 simple photography tricks to make your life easier. First of all, before you leave with that camera, make sure that you check two things. First thing being that you have a card in your camera, a memory card in your camera. And the second thing is make sure that you have a full battery. Now, you can check these by turning your camera on to make sure that you don't have any pictures on that card. Make sure that you have a fully charged battery. If you're concerned about your battery running out at an event, you can also get a battery grip for your camera. And the battery grip looks something like this. It goes right into the slot where your battery goes. You put it in there, tighten it up, and you have a couple of different options for what types of batteries you're going to use for that. These are the standard batteries that would go into this camera. And there's two of them there. Make sure that those are charged. Doesn't matter if you have this amazing grip if you don't charge your batteries. And then here's a backup that's kind of nice to have with regular batteries that you can purchase anywhere. So all you do is you take the batteries that are charged and you put them right in there, and lickety split, you have a really cool looking camera with a battery grip and an additional shutter right here. So that's one option for you. Please make sure that when you are done at the end of the day, take that CF card or that SD card out of the camera, download those pictures and clear the card, because the worst thing you can do is grab a camera that was just used by somebody else, go out to an event and find out that that card is totally full, or be running late to an event and knowing that, oh my gosh, now I have to take an extra 10 minutes to get all the pictures off, the images off, and organize them and whatever else you need to do. So make sure that when you are done at the end of your shoot, get the pictures off of your card and make sure that you take that battery and plug it back into the wall, and so that the next person is ready to go with your camera, or so that you are ready to go with your camera next time you use it. Next, step number 2, verify that your settings are correct, especially if you're on the manual setting. If you're on automatic, pretty much this camera's gonna do what you want it to do. If you're on a manual setting or AV or TV, so either aperture priority or shutter priority, if you're on one of those, make sure that you have your settings set accurately for where you are. So say you're shooting in a gym, you're gonna wanna make sure that you check your white balance. Sometimes those pictures will turn out totally yellow, or they'll have some strange color to it. So make sure that if you're not on automatic white balance, you set that white balance and you bring a piece of white paper so that you can set that, and we can talk about that more later. Next, make sure also that your settings are correct. That means that after you take a couple of pictures, you're gonna go back through and look at them. The nice thing about DSLRs, the digital SLRs, is that you can look at it on the viewfinder to see if the picture looks good. If it looks really bright or really dark or really yellow or really green, then you're gonna wanna mess with your settings before you take any more pictures. I have had students come to me with a full card full of pictures that were totally white because of the white balance was set wrong. So please don't miss out on events at your shoot because you didn't set your settings correctly. Next, when you're taking pictures, if you can't do this, get somebody to help you. But try to take pictures before the event, during the event, and after the event. And if you can only stay, say a football game's really long, you can only stay before and during, maybe have somebody come join you for the during and after pictures, because a lot happens during those times. Regardless if it's a game or if it's a dance, you can have just the setup of the dance is really cool. You can get some great pictures of the group that's coordinating the dance, or your ASB if they're putting that together, and also afterwards tearing down, or the celebrations at the end of the game. So make sure that you go before, during, and after your events. Also, this is kind of a strange one. When you're taking those pictures, you're shooting pictures, they're awesome, you're taking these pictures of the game or the event, make sure that at some point during the event, especially during exciting times, turn the camera back around and look at the crowd, because those expressions are sometimes the prettiest, most amazing expressions of people cheering and super, super excited about what's going on. Expression, you're looking for a couple of things. You're looking for action and emotion. You're going to find that in the crowd's faces as well. And oftentimes your crowds will have tons of beautiful colors that will just spruce up your yearbook pages. Next, step 5, if you can get individual shots, small group shots, and large group shots. We're talking about the large group in the crowd watching the event. But in your yearbook, it looks really good to have some pictures of individual students doing what they're doing and the expression on their faces and the emotion and the action if they're doing something individually. But then try and get a small group as well, maybe 2 to 3 students or 5 students. And then you get a larger group of, 20 students in a classroom or even a whole crowd at a game. Step 6, if you see a great thing happening, take that picture. If you know you're going to use it for the yearbook, especially, take that picture horizontally and vertically. So sometimes your dominant photo is going to need to be horizontal or it will need to be vertical. If you take it both ways, you'll have a picture for both. Then step 7, if you could use burst, a lot of these cameras will have the burst feature, which is basically just a high-speed continuous shooting where when you focus, you're going to hold down halfway until it goes beep, beep. And then the rest of the way will shoot. So the beep, beep, the halfway will mean that you're in focus. Then the rest of the way, you could just take as many shots as you can. And that's the burst or the continuous shooting. Sometimes you have to set that up manually in your camera. Cell phones can do that too. You can set it to do burst or even live photos. Really nice. You can find the exact right picture out of that burst of pictures. And what that does is that helps you when there's that perfect expression or that perfect shot and the person's blinking or the person is, with me, I find this a lot in my videos, that if I stop or pause my video, I have awkward facial expressions like this one. Or I'm just in the middle of a blink. And if you happen to get that picture, sometimes it just looks really bad and you just missed an opportunity because you didn't hold that shutter down just a little bit longer. So try to take advantage of the high-speed continuous shooting or the bursts. Step number 8, look for action and emotion. People are doing cool things at your school. So rather than zooming in on a person's face, see what they're actually doing. So if I'm doing a science experiment, maybe I have this amazing, chemistry experiment that's going on. Try to back up a little bit and see the experiment, see the action and the emotion, the action over here, and then the emotion on the face as people are looking at what's going on. So action and emotion, look for those in your photography. Step number 9, take a look at what's in the background of your pictures. Sometimes you'll see this on social media where somebody will take a picture of a mirror and you notice that the person is taking a picture of themselves in the mirror, but they didn't notice. They're like, I'm taking a picture of a mirror. I want to sell my mirror. Or if I'm taking a picture of my kids and I don't want everybody to know how messy my house is, maybe I'll move a little bit so that there's a nice area of clean floor behind my kids. So think about that when you're at games too. If you're at an event and the picture would look way better without the garbage can behind it, move your body, move the angle so that you can eliminate some of those distracting features from the background of your pictures. And step number 10 is don't delete pictures from your camera. So sometimes you'll look at a picture and you'll say, it's not great. But if you look at it on a bigger screen, these are tiny little screens right here. But if you look at it on your computer screen, you'll find sometimes that those pictures that you would have deleted had something really cool going on in the background, or maybe all you needed to do is just crop to a corner and there's something amazing going on in that corner. So just wait, unless you need the space on your card, wait to delete the camera or the pictures from your camera until you're absolutely positive that it's terrible. Those blurry shots, the shots that are really dark or really grainy, sometimes you can't fix those. Photoshop can fix a lot of things. So don't delete them until you know for sure that it can't be fixed. Good luck and happy picture taking.